So who is the Penny Man? It sounds like a character. It sounds like a song you would base off of some character at the bar or something, or some guy
Not
hanging around in the alleyway or something.
Well, yeah, that's more like it. Not really the bar, but kind of the woods. Yeah, it's a funny story, but basically on my my time off, or like one of my hobbies is I like to go metal detecting. Right, I live in the East Coast, very early colonial history here. I like to go in the woods. I like to metal detect. I like finding old stuff, old coins, and I've actually found some pretty rad shit.
Wow.
One of my buddies, I would check in with every day, and he'd always ask me, what'd you find? I go, oh, a couple old pennies. One day he just said, wow, you like the penny man, huh? And I said, honestly, that's fucking cool. And so I started recording videos of me actually digging the stuff up when I found it.
I've seen some of those videos. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And then I realized that you were legitimately trying to, go spelunking and shit, dig into the dirt and find what the fuck is this? It's pretty cool. Geraldo Rivera and shit.
So I started introing the videos just because I thought it was funny with this creepy voice. And I would just hit record and just go, it's the Penny Man. And then that was it. And then I would just talk to the whoever was, going to watch it. Like, hey, I got a silver coin here from the 1700s. Check it out. But every video I'd say, it's the Penny Man. So then, I wrote a song one day and it all came together really fast. And, when I send vocals out, I don't know if you guys know this, whatever, but this is the first song that we put out that I'm singing lead vocals on. And it's usually our singer, Johnny. But, part of our process, since I do all the recording here, is when I send ideas out to the guys, I usually have some sort of vocal on it that I do, whether I have an idea for a chorus, a melody, some lyrics, whatever it is. I send it out to the guys and say, hey, here's what I'm working on. So Tommy was the guy who really started pushing me to sing, because he was like, first time he's like, dude, he calls me, dude, who's singing on that demo you sent? I'm like, dude, it's me. I'm like, just to give you guys an idea. He's like, oh, dude, he's like, you sound totally different from Johnny, but that's a great thing. You should really sing more. And I think it will really, so combined with his Tommy style and my vocals, it just adds a certain heaviness to the band that, wasn't really there. I mean, we're always a hard, heavy rock band, but this is gets a little bit more grim. And I think it's cool. And Tommy pushed me to start singing, and the Penny Man is me singing it. So that's basically what happened.
I think that John Sykes, it's a similar story. I think when he was putting together Blue Murder, the idea was to get a singer.
Yeah.
You remember that Blue Murder record? That's Sykes singing, and the story went something like, here's the he's in a meeting, and here's the demos, and listen to the demos, and the guys are like, well, who the fuck is this singing? It's just me singing, but it's just ideas for the songs. We're fully planning on getting a singer, and they're like, bullshit, you're gonna sing, bro. This is great. And so it's kind of how singers are actually born. I never set out to be a fucking singer. I'm a bass player who everybody wants me to sing. I guess I'm that fucking horrible on bass. They just made me be the fucking singer. Anyway, that's really cool. And I like hearing, obviously, because it reminded me of a couple other things, the Sykes thing for sure. That's very interesting. Is Johnny all right with having some help?
Yeah, he is. I'm sure it threw him for a little bit, Luke, because Johnny he gets so just overstimulated with music and singing. Which is a great thing.
Oh yeah.
You know how many bands I've been in with singers that just weren't around. I'm like, dude, I need you to record it. When he's here and I throw the mic up, he won't leave until I kick him out. He'll stay for hours and hours and hours.
His therapist says, if you put the mic down, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I get it.
It is that is his therapy.
I get it.
Literally, it's his happy place. And so at the end of the day, I have a lot of material that just doesn't sometimes hit the mark with the Bad Marriage sound as it is, like as people know it, whatever. And I don't want that to go to waste. So in the back of my head is always, even with the Penny Man song, I was saying, you know what, if the guys don't like this, or for some reason it doesn't work, I still have a cool song with me singing on it, and I can put it out. I can just, whatever. But ultimately, everyone embraced it. I'm adamant to Johnny, look, I don't want to be a lead singer. I'm not trying to take your job, but I do think that we can write some cool stuff together with my voice complimenting you on this, and maybe taking lead on a song here or there. But we're just experimenting, and I think it's going pretty good. So we're going with it.
It's not the first.
Where it's really happening is when, the Pennyman thing's great. Mike does a great job. But when they sing together, man, their voices got a thing, man. It's really pretty rad.
Awesome.
I love that. And that's what I really like hearing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, and I was going to say, I don't think it's the first time this has ever happened with bands. I mean, they would let Bill Ward sing in Black Sabbath sometimes. He sang the odd song once in a while.
Right.
And it's not like you were, or they were, or anybody is like changing direction by just having this, having this little branch grow this way for a second on a record or something.
Right.
Are you planning on playing that song live?
Yeah. So we've
awesome.
been rehearsing. Yeah,
Fine.
we've been rehearsing the crap out of it, because me, like every musician, you're your own worst critic. So
Oh yeah.
I'm here, and I will be the first one to be like, guys, we're not doing this if I don't think I can deliver it vocally. I won't embarrass myself like that. But I think it's been going good. We've been hammering it here. We practice once a week. Obviously, Tommy is in Florida, but he flies in a couple days before, whether we're going out for a couple days or a leg, and then we'll have a rehearsal there before. But he's always prepared on his own. I just give him the lowdown every week after we practice, like, hey, this is what we've been doing. But yeah, so that's the plan. I mean, people seem to dig the song, so we're going to test it out live. I mean, what do we got to lose, really?
Yeah, I was going to ask you to kind of, for people that aren't familiar, to describe your music. And I hear some, I hear all the classic 70s hard rock staples. I hear Aerosmith. I heard a lot of Rhino Bucket in
cool.
some of your music. Yeah. I thought that was rad. But in your own words, you guys tell folks what your music sounds like.
Well, check it out. Now it's this, like the record we've been working on that's going to be the next record. I wouldn't say it sounds nothing like what Bad Marriage sounded like, but it's a little different. It's still got that, but it's a little heavier. It's just got more double cheeks, balls and all type feel. It's pretty heavy in most spots, I would say.
Yeah. And to touch on something Jason was just mentioning about me entering my vocals, that it's not like totally left field. People were saying that with Tommy. I mean, we had people going, why? You don't know, Bad Marriage is a thing. You don't need Tommy. And there's only a handful of people that were saying that. But, my answer to that was, look, again, we did not add Tommy just because he's Tommy from Tesla or whatever. He's Tommy Skeoch. I heard what he did to these songs, and it worked, so, we had, I just wanted to, mention that, because we have him coming in, adding his whole different flair. I mean, it is different because he's adding a whole different thing to it. He's got a whole different style. Like, I didn't want another me, 50 or Ian, just to add. Like, we don't need that, so what he brings is just different than what me and Ian deliver. So it's pretty cool. And I think, like, if I sounded like Johnny vocally, it wouldn't do anything for us. And I don't think I do at all. So I think it's going to be cool. Like Tommy was saying, I'm singing a lot more with Johnny on these newer songs on the new album. So you'll hear a little Jekyll and Hyde. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and same, like back to Tommy. When Tommy joins, it's sort of like okay, we got this cool band, and then hey, I got this buddy, and he's gonna, oh shit, the stuff that he added, it's like having the co-writer in the band. Like, you started collaborating with somebody, and then it just kind of lifted the spirit of what you already had going on in a way. Totally. Like, you didn't know something was missing until you heard what Tommy would go, hey, try this thing. I'm just here innocently, and holy shit, it went boing,
Right.
I gotta say, everything I've done on it, I fucking love everything, man. I really like the songs. Pretty awesome.